How's it going tonight, huh? Hey, where are my trophy husbands at, huh? Where you guys at? Let's see you guys. I'm what we call a participation trophy husband. I'm the one you get after you've been in a dating game for a while, maybe let a few good ones pass you by. And just when you think you finished last, I come along. Make sure you always finish first. I do what I gotta do though, because I have no business being with my wife and she knows it. She's so hot that when she introduces me to people, they react like I'm one of those messed up rescue dogs you see on TV. She's like, this is Tim. And they're like, oh my God, what is he? Well, he's 50% party animal, and the vet seems to think he might be human, but the DNA results came back inconclusive. And overall, he's a pretty good boy. He's housebroken. He does like to take naps on the furniture, and we don't like him taking naps on the furniture. Oh, and don't get me started on the leg humping. Every night with this one. But I've been married a while now, and I gotta say, it's not without its perks. For instance, we don't fight about the big stuff anymore. My wife has won that war on every front. Not to say we're perfect or anything like that. We have our minor tiffs and squabbles, but it's about the day-to-day stuff, like how I do laundry like an unhinged maniac by, quote, using the dryer. Or that I cook too inefficiently, So it's fun fights like that. In fact, I already know when I'm gonna die one day after 30 years of pissing off my wife. The cops will bust in to find her just slamming my head into the dishwasher door. Is it loaded right this time, Ted? I'm pretty sure I'm gonna come back as like a passive-aggressive ghost that just reorganizes the dishwasher in the middle of the night. The bowls go on the bottom right. I gotta say, thank you to my wife for her magical uterus. She gave me 2 wonderful kids, so let's give it up for her. Right? Yeah. So they're 6 and 8, and that means we can take them on like fun vacations now, like to an indoor water park. If you've never been, let me tell you, it's a treat. Right? Picture, your water slides, wave pools, jacuzzis, just filled with screaming kids and their pee. To make matters worse, there's always the degenerate parents at the swim-up bar, which I can assure you is also mostly filled with piss. And you can always tell who their kids are because the parents always seem to have their kids' names tattooed on them somewhere. Cleats his dad. No, he's fine. He's just making moonshine out back. Like I said, my kids, though, they're great most of the time. Sometimes a little diabolical. So my 6-year-old son the other day got super pissed at me specifically about something he knows more. And he just, it was so funny. He got so worked up and then he stopped and took a deep breath. Just like we taught him. And he goes, Dad, I'm never gonna buy you presents again. Which, coming from a 6-year-old, is kind of insane, right? Like, that's the worst thing you can wish on somebody. I'm like, damn, what did I do, I got to think the joke's on him, because I really don't like the popsicle stick art he gives me every year for Christmas. It's a win-win. But he's at a fun age, too, being 6, where he's starting to use common turns of phrase, but at the wrong time. Like the other day, we're having a nice father-son moment, cuddled up on the couch, and then he rips just a horrendous fart right on my thumb. Hot breath, I'm like, dude, what's going on, bud? He just turns to me and he goes, you know what they say, Dad? One man's trash is another man's treasure. My all-time favorite kid quote, though, happened to my firstborn, my daughter, when she was about 3, right? And when you're that age, you're talking a lot, and as we found out, you repeat everything you hear. It's just pouring one more. She just walks over to the window, draws the blinds, and just goes, it's fucking raining. But I love being a domesticated party animal, I really do, except for the yard work. God, I hate doing that. It is awful. In fact, my grandfather died cutting grass, it's true. And it's tragic, and I know, but I get how it happens. It's not that cutting the grass is overly hard or strenuous. It's little things that build up over years. Like when you're blowing, and one leaf decides to defy the laws of physics and man, and triple backflip and land 20 feet away from you, you know. Or when you're like, whacking weeds and you run out of line with like a foot to go, that'll send you into a blind, stroke-inducing rage. I also understand now why my dad took, 3 hours to cut 30 square feet of grass. Right? The first half of that was messing with that damn weed whacker. The second half was spent crushing beers, actually mowing, and screaming into the void. And then to make matters worse, we had this young couple moved in down the street from us, and they do everything together, including their yard work with a bunch of psychos, that was weird. If I did any yard work with my wife, she would literally mow me down. And I didn't do anything,